audited, and if we aren't audited, that probably means somebody's doing something with the numbers. Okay. Next question for Orville Nelson. Where will the funds come from to enforce ordinances? That should be accompanied by a statement of how much funds it takes.
Now, I assume you're talking about an abatement officer. And I think most people realize that we need an abatement officer. And I think we can have an abatement officer without the funds. I think City Hall is overstaffed also. And I think the administrator could maybe do the job of the building inspector and writing up the building permits. And this is just my idea because the whole council has to approve this. But I was talking with Fed about it, and that was kind of my idea that we could put those on there, and then maybe that would free Charlie up to be the chief over the airport and the sewer district bills and all that. We see how much time we could free up there. And maybe have one of those, like Charlie do the sewer and the abatement officer or something. But we have talked about that. We realize that we need an abatement officer, and we need an abatement officer that doesn't treat him any different than he treats him. And that's what we've had. I've heard that thing so much knocked around. Well, you know, in fact, I had a guy live right across the street from me, had an illegal motorhome parked there. He said, I knew I was illegal. He said, I knew they were going to come and say something to me. And he said, I was going to move. He has a place out at Charleston. He said, I was going to move out there as soon as I got told to move. So he said, the abatement officer come by, and he said, I didn't mind him telling me to move. But he said, when he talked to me like I was worse than a dog, he said, that guy should be recalled out of office. That's just what he told me. So we have to have an abatement officer that's fair with everybody. And that's what we plan on having. But I think we've talked about it, and we will have funds to have an abatement officer.
Down here we have two more questions, folks. This is directed at Naomi Parker and Tim Crockett. How do you feel about the four-way stop in the middle of town?
I pursued this issue by myself 3 years ago. Living on the west side and coming out to 8th Street off of North Lake, you're taking your life in your own hands. The way the parking is off to the right, you cannot see anyone coming from the post office direction. So I asked the county about this, and of course they said, well, they've been killed, so we're not going to do anything. I also walk a lot. And I've been almost run over so many times. They've come in front of me, they've come behind me, they have missed me by their mirrors about this much. They never stopped, they sped through there. I didn't get anything, and we have a wonderful person that was on the city council, Dan. Dan pursued this issue with the county, and he was relentless. They came out, the county came out, and they did a count of the number of cars that were coming through town, and it was 4 times the amount of cars they needed for that stop sign. I am thankful every day that the stop sign is there. There are people that go from Park, come down my street on South 7th, and turn right and go to 8th so they can go to that stop sign. And I know people don't like it, and especially the people who live somewhere else that don't really have to deal with the traffic on that side of town all the time. But I am so thankful to Dan that he pursued it, and he's made it safer for a lot of us to walk and for a lot of cars.
Yeah.
We're twins.
I'm sorry, I've got the wrong question here. I apologize.
No, that's okay.
It's my fault.
That living here for 30 plus years, that I've seen cars go down that down the 8th Street, 100 miles an hour. Mother-in-law lives next to the donut shack, the Lucille, that it took a while. I ran it several times, just out of forget. I just did. That things change. Sometimes I don't like the way things change. That was a very big improvement to this town. That it beat the heck out of the Christmas tree we had there several years ago. So things do get better. Just like that there, it's a big improvement. That changes come. Sometimes you don't like it, but you do grow to understand what they are.
I like it.
No matter what you think of four-way stops or even stop lights, as the town progresses and gets better and bigger, and more sophisticated, there's changes like that happen. Okay, our last question is for Naomi and Orville. If elected as mayor, this person says there will be an oversight committee of citizens watching and recording all activities of you and the council. What's your reaction to this?
Okay, Christy, bring them on. I have absolutely nothing to hide from anyone, but right now, I was invited here for a platform. I did not know that I'd be in competition with a team of people. I'm the outsider in this. I was never invited to an action committee meeting. I don't even know when the meetings are. I don't think most of us know where the meetings are and when the meetings are held, or we invited even to go to these meetings. And I think that is wrong. And what we have right now, if you vote for me, I don't know what I can do. One person out of everybody on the action committee, which I'm not, what will you be able to accomplish on your own? I'm an individual, I'm an individual thinker. So I think the action team, I'm sorry, their idea and what they want to do is wonderful. The way they've gone about it, I think, is wrong. I give them the right to do that. Because of this action team, some business owner in this town spoke up and said things that the members of some of the members of this action team did not like. And they're boycotting his business.
No.
Some are. Yes, they are.
That happened long before the action.
No, it didn't.
Came later.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
I know about this. This is
Dan
one thing I was talking about, okay? But if that happened, that's wrong. Absolutely wrong, and I don't think there's a place for secret meetings. They have secret meetings and not announced, and they're asking me how I would have an open meeting. Everything I do is an open book. Everything I would do for the citizens, it would be for the citizens. It's not for me.
Thanks, Naomi. Earl? So what is your reaction to oversight?
Well, I was asked to be on that action team if I was run on the action team, and I said yes, I would, because the people that are running for council, I think, are the people that are thinking on the same line I think on. I don't think there's anything secret about it. You ask me anything, and I'll call a spade a spade. You can ask people in the fire department and the water department. I've been on that both board for several years, and if I think something's wrong, I'll say it. And they'll do the same with me. And I think that's what makes them a good board. I hope we can get the city to run like the water district and the fire district, because sometimes they have knockdown drag-outs in their board meetings, but when they leave, they're in a core, they're all going the same direction. And that's what we need in the city. And that's why I think this action team was formed, is they picked the one that they thought would be the better team to do the things that the city wanted done. And I'll assure you that as far as I'm concerned, and I'm sure that I can vouch for any person that's running for council on this action team, a spade will be called a spade. There will be no hidden agenda. They've created a website where everything that comes up will be on the website, where you can go on the website anytime and look it up. You come in and ask for something, you're going to get it instead of getting run on it. I don't know what else I can tell you. I hope you'll vote for me and the that understood. And if I am elected, then I want to try to do the best that I can do, and I think this acting team is the group to do it well.